Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Today, I want to talk about something that I just saw on TikTok and it sent me down a huge rabbit hole, and I really want to talk to you guys about it because it goes into a bit of a deeper conversation later on. But today I want to talk about a former Utah teacher who took advantage of her senior and junior aged male students, LEXI WATTS. So she is 28 years old and a former cheer coach and health teacher at Lone Peak High School in Lehi, Utah. Together, we're going to get into the allegations against her and why she does not deserve the TikTok fame she's getting with 333.6k followers in a channel that she has dedicated to running. So I actually first came about this topic by a TikToker who posted a video calling Lexi out, saying that she's filtering her comments and discussing the video. It said, "Imagine me, a 28-year-old former teacher who taught in Lehi, Utah, minding my business, snuggled up with my newborn, when I fall down the rabbit hole of LEXI WATTS, another former 28-year-old Lehi, Utah teacher who left teaching after grooming students, getting a divorce because of it, and now she has a huge social media running platform and deletes all comments about this. I commented, 'Are you the woman who groomed your students while married?' and I'm now blocked." This then is what led me down my spiral rabbit hole, and I found a confession posted to Reddit by an apparent former student of hers. Now, Reddit is iffy, it's could be real, could be fake, but we're going to talk about it anyways because it seems pretty serious. They even say names. They just say last names because the boys are obviously kids, so you want to keep their identities private. It's only respectful. So let's go through this post together. LEXI WATTS, former cheerleader. Lexi first started teaching at my high school, Lone Peak, in 2018. She first came on as the cheer coach, and then they gave her a job as the health teacher and lifetime activities teacher. I was a student and one of her cheerleaders. Sounds pretty legit to me so far, but you never know. Fall of 2018, she was about 23, 24 when she started teaching there, and very quickly it was noticed by all the boys in the school she would wear very tight leggings and tops to teach in. Unlike the other female PE teacher who always wore loose-fitting sweats and a t-shirt, she would openly flirt back with the boys in her classes and would give little flirty comments back to them. No matter what time of day, she would always have boys in her personal office. There was one point where she had painter's tape across her desk and was letting boys write their numbers on the desk. During the time, she was dating Joey G. Zabrano, and they were engaged. Hopefully I pronounced that right, I don't know. Later, in 2019, they were married. She invited all of her cheerleaders to her wedding, and we did a flash mob dance for her. This is summer of 2019. That seems like some pretty personal info, so I don't know. Let's keep going. Fall of 2019, this is the start of my senior year. There were some rumors flying around about how Lexi had invited a male student over to her apartment while her husband was in California one weekend. The student has just graduated in 2018 and was about to leave on his mission. Because they are Mormon here in Utah, so usually it's almost like a rite of passage to becoming a man. They have to go on their mission and they come back, and it's like a spiritual awakening and growth for them, and they pretty much just go push Mormonism down people's throats. Once this student had left, he came home pretty quickly, and when he got home, one of the first people he went to visit was LEXI WATTS, and that is the first time we think she started dating her students. So far, this is not looking good for her, because why are you even dating a former student that's 19 when you're like 23, 24? Like, as a girl, why would you want to date any guy younger? Young boys are so naive, like, for so long. A boy is not ready to settle down till he's like 30. So this is why it's grooming, because these boys do not know better. They're going through their hormonal puberty emotional phase. Leave them alone. They're going through enough. Start of 2020, the school is shut down due to COVID, but since we are in Utah, lots of people would still meet up and go hang out. One day, a bunch of us were at the park, all students who hadn't graduated yet, and Lexi just showed up to play spike ball with us. So I'm going to take a pause right now because there is actually a photo of this moment that was also posted to Reddit of her on the same date that's being discussed right now. So that's just a little bit more validity in this girl's story, even though, who knows, she could be talking for somebody else who actually did go through it. She was in a group chat with some of the boys who were graduating in 2020, and they would text and meet up with her all the time during the whole shutdown. She would show up to these events in short shorts and sports bras or tank tops, which the picture obviously shows that is true. They would meet at Creekside Park. I don't know where that is, but if you checked a map of Lehigh, Utah, you could probably find it. Parents were reporting this and were very concerned about her texting and meeting up with male students. She was meeting with seniors and junior boys. But since there was COVID, I think a lot of complaints just passed like nothing. And honestly, in schools, complaints pass all the time. They just pass and pass, even bullying complaints. Nobody does anything, and then something drastic happens, and it's like what we told you was going to happen. You guys just don't act shocked now. It's all just a fake, phony show. In fall of 2021, she has split with her husband, Joey, and it was pretty messy. So according to this, she cheated on her husband with a high school boy, but we'll get into that more so later. And this is the first time she posts a picture with a former student that she was dating. He graduated in 2021, and she has a picture of this as well that she posted on her Instagram. She posted him on her Instagram, you guys. Seriously, think of if the roles were reversed and this was a man teacher and just like groomed a kid, started dating her and just post her up on Instagram. People would be like, what the fuck? Or even if the ages were a little bit higher, like, because she still is, it would have been like 26, 24, 26. That's old enough to know better. But for some reason, it's like if they're older, people think it's worse. But no, this is horrible. It's absolutely horrific. After that, the next two boys she dated were also students. So the first kid's name was Eli, and it doesn't say the last name. I thought that they had the last names, but I guess it has the first names. And he graduated in 2021. They kissed and became girlfriend and boyfriend the day of his graduation. Kinda sus. His parents were not happy about the relationship, and they dated for about a year. Oh my god, a year! You guys, that's a lot of time. Until he left for his mission again, and she was supposed to wait for him, and he came home early and broke things off. You know she didn't wait for nobody. You know what she was doing when he was gone. Here are three students we know for sure she dated. She dated three former students: Sam C, who graduated in 2019, Eli C, who graduated in 2021, and Chip B, who graduated in 2020. So damn. So she started with 2021, and she did not care that she aged 2 years and these boys stayed the same age. She was like, I do not care. That's what I like about high school boys. They always stay the same age. That's horrific, but that's literally what she's thinking here. This is crazy. Somebody needs to say something, because boys always get like, oh, he's a boy. He wants that. No, like, he's a boy and he's going through phase in life, a hormonal phase for that. And you're taking advantage of it instead of helping guide through it. And that's what's fucked up. This message is from someone else who is close to the situation. Have been waiting for people to catch up on this. I'm friends with the ex-husband. He is such a sweetheart, and what Lexi did to him truly ruined his life. She was sneaking behind his back and having an affair with the high school boy for months. He found out and confronted her. They divorced. Then she continued to date the student. I know many people from LPH at the time she taught, and she was constantly flirting with the boys, going into the boys' locker room unannounced, etc. Super inappropriate. Eventually got an ultimatum once the school admin found out, but wanted to keep it quiet, get fired, or resign. She continued to hang out with the boys she met at LPH as their teacher, hooked up with them before they left for missions, etc. Overall a predator and not a great person. You guys, this is seriously fucked up. And now she's online. Like, did she think that people aren't going to come online and see what she's been up to? Or something like that? Because what the hell? So there are now lots of other like runner content creators and just overall creators who call people out are now making videos mocking Lexi for what she's done, because like she's going to be online and do some crazy stuff like that. Then like, yeah, you're going to get held accountable for it, girl. We're not just going to let that one slide. Yeah. And apparently anyone that is commenting on the situation is being blocked by her, and her comments on TikTok are also under review, which just kind of screams guilty to me. Like, I don't think this girl is being bullied by all these people. Like, I think she seriously did this. If you don't know what it means for comments to be under review, it just means that she has her comments set up so that every comment has to get filtered through her first before it's made public on her page. So she could just delete a comment before it ever went public. And so she's deleting all the comments that are flooding in about her being a groomer, and has blocked anyone that says anything about it as well. There was also another Reddit post that stated she has lost all of her brand deals, but this might not be totally accurate, because someone said that she tagged Free People Partnership in a post the other day. And if that is the case, or not in a post, I guess it was on her story the other day. And if that is the case, I hope someone informs Free People of this controversy so they can take the proper actions necessary against her and her predatory platform. I have seen comments as well from Lexi, though, denying all of these claims, and I did feel that it was necessary to include it because, you know, innocent until proven guilty, she still deserves to be heard, but you can still, believe the facts or believe her. But she said, because it doesn't matter what I say. People are going to believe whatever they want to believe. I never got fired. I never got asked to leave. I never had a relationship with a minor, and I was never in a secret relationship. It just simply isn't true. It's fun for people to twist stories and pull others down. And sure, if that's what you want your page about, then go ahead. I've seen over 20 girls say, I was her student. This is true. And I can tell you, I have never seen them a day in my life. So I don't know. It's giving crash out. It's giving you're lying. It's giving there's pictures of you at the park with these boys. Like, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? And like with all this evidence out now, I wonder if the parents still don't know how serious the problem was, because I guarantee that some of them would probably want to take legal actions against the person that literally groomed their children. School is supposed to be a safe place. I really wanted to shed light on this situation because, one, she's doing the absolute most to censor people, and it's only right that her true colors come to light, since she thinks she can just get on TikTok and make money and people aren't going to talk about what she's done. And also because I wanted to go into a deeper topic about this epidemic of female teachers sexually abusing their male students. Listen to some of these news headlines. Teacher who sexually abused two schoolboys jailed. A teacher who sexually abused two schoolboys and became pregnant by one of them has been jailed. That was in July of 2024.
A 43-year-old teacher has been arrested and charged with sexually assaulting a 13-year-old student in her class. Colleen Jo Matarico of Valley Village is being held on $1.3 million bail. Matarico is accused of grooming and sexually assaulting a 13-year-old victim in her classroom and later having intercourse with that child in her car. Detectives believe there may be other victims and are looking to speak with anyone else who may have been victimized by Matarico.
Rob, the 30-year-old teacher and coach has worked at Downers Grove South High School since 2020. However, the school released a statement saying she has now been placed on administrative leave with pay since her arrest last night. Prosecutors say the assault happened in a classroom at Downers Grove South back in December of 2023. The alleged victim, 15 years old at the time, and was meeting with the teacher for a tutoring session before school. According to a message from Downers Grove South, 30-year-old Christina Formella is a special services teacher and soccer coach for the girls and boys teams at the school. The boy was also on the soccer team. According to prosecutors, the boy's mother learned of the alleged assault after looking through messages on his phone. She reported it to police, who arrested Formella during a traffic stop yesterday.
This, as well as the Law and Crime Network YouTube channel. Literally all I had to do was look up Law and Crime female teacher, and all of these popped up. Ohio teacher arrested for raping minor. Teacher exchanged 35,000 texts with 11-year-old she made out with. 11? Teacher who claims student impregnated her to face multiple rape trials. Teacher of the year admits to sexually assaulting two boys. TikTok teacher allegedly sexually assaulted student before quitting job. Texas teacher caught having sexual contact with student at construction site. Dozens of female teachers arrested for allegedly having sex with students. What is going on? Are women seriously that desperate for attention and validation from men that they will try to seduce validation from literal children just to feel important? Why are we having so many insecure women that their only confidence comes from manipulating a young boy and taking advantage of his growing hormones and sexual identity? This age around puberty for teenagers is such a sensitive one, and it is easy to understand why a male student would maybe see no problem at first, only to realize later on that he wasn't actually the player in all of this. He was the victim and he was being manipulated and groomed. How can we possibly put an end to this? It feels impossible to protect our children these days. Let me know your thoughts and prayers while hearing all about this. Seriously, I'm interested in having a good discussion.